voiceover just because you want to do a funny voice. You have to be able to sustain a character because of the humanity of the character, and that comes from acting choices. That comes from asking the questions, the who, the what, the where, the when, the why, the how of that character, so that you can answer those in a truthful manner to that character. So it doesn't mean that it has to be based in reality as we know reality, but reality for the character, and that's what really acting is. And reacting to the situation and the experience and the other characters that are in that same reality and world, that in a realistic manner for what is happening. And that's what acting is. And so it goes back to the acting, but it isn't about whether you've had that training. It has to do with how passionate you are about doing that work.
Well, some people it comes naturally, and some people you have to train it, but as long as you stick with it and you love it, I think that's the key. I mean, I started in theater as well, musical theater too, and then I actually took a detour to Japan to become a singer.
Awesome.
Yeah. There might be a CD floating out there with my voice on it. Yeah, so I don't know. I always think that it's important that you don't be one note. Some people get into it and then they end up being one note, and then you can only either get the one role or you don't move forward in your career. So if you want a long career, yeah, definitely do a lot of reading, know a lot about character, life choices. That really helps, and it starts to inform your characters, and people want to keep working with you when you surprise them all the time. So that's always key.
I started off as a magician.
You were a musical magician, right?
That's true.
You were the singing magician.
No, I don't know. I kind of think that all entertainment is related, essentially. And for some people, it's just finding which thing. Sometimes you try all of them. I know I did actually try to do magic when I was
That's awesome.
younger. Ventriloquism, messed around with that. Of course, I was in choir.
Can you do it? I like that I put you on the spot. Sorry about that.
I like that she put you on the spot and you were able to do it. I just would have run out of the room.
How do you do that?
I know, right? Which also comes in, it's really fun to be doing anime voiceover when you say, it's nice to see you all.
Whoa! That's awesome. I have to learn this trick.
It's not that hard. It's substitution is what it is. There are certain things that are very easy to say.
The
without moving your
non-plosives.
mouth. Right.
Like you can't say murderer?
Yes,
I can say it. No, I can't say it. It's very hard to do. That you just use your tongue, right?
Yeah, you're
just use
actually,
your
that's
tongue.
really good.
I'm just using my tongue right now. I'm not using my mouth.
Wow.
Right?
She's a natural.
Anything goes!
Right.
Next question, please.
Unless we can let you finish.
I've been playing music since I was 6.
Magically, though, right?
Magically. I don't have to touch the guitar.
It just plays.
That's right.
Yeah. You just use your tongue.
Oh, God.
And then eventually got, in school, got into speech, and then drama 1, 2, 3, and just kept going.
That's good. Whoa, lots of questions all at once.
Camera.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, did I?
But
Go.
This is kind of maybe a three-part question. What is your favorite character to voice, or least favorite voice to have? Any character.
they are all our favorite children.
Yeah. We never talk about our least favorite character. Although playing that soldier in all those video games that always just dies, getting set on fire, and
I've been there.
yeah.
He doesn't even get a name.
Right.
Like, that's just sad.
And he works
And he wears a red shirt all the time.
Who do you want my favorite character to be? It's Suzaku. Suzaku Kururugi from Code Geass is my favorite. And if I could play, I would play Tamari.
really hard question to ask which is the favorite, because some of them are vocally very satisfying to do a certain voice, but other characters are a lot of fun because of what they get to go through and experience. And then other characters you get are just so iconic that you're like, how could I not be excited I'm playing this character? Like, that's just amazing, even though vocally it may not be a very different voice for you to get to play. And so that's a really hard question. I don't know. I mean, off the top of my head. What? Yeah, you stunned me into silence.
That's hard.
That's
You guys
hard.
are good.
Can you guys come home with a...
Mine's easy because I don't have a very large repertoire like these three, but I just did a new show for Comedy Central, and this character is so inappropriately like Japanese, like complete with the. It was funny because while I was auditioning for it, the casting director kept looking at me going, "Are you sure you're okay with doing this? Because we realize it's extremely racist."
It's okay, because I am.
And they were like, we've been looking really hard for like full-blooded Japanese people to do this because there's like 5 girls. I think it's like a team of teenagers and they're all like schoolgirl uniforms, but they all speak English with a horrible accent. And my girl just keeps getting like all the catchphrases wrong and stuff, and it's like, yeah, it was amazing. And
Was it Ivy who was telling you that?
yeah, she was just like,
She's a dirty girl. I'm
she
surprised.
is, yeah. But she didn't know who I was.
Oh, so she was worried
Yeah,
because she
she
didn't
was
know.
worried, yeah. Because I
You
actually
should have
got
Trump.
this.
You should have shown him Trump. And
I
she
should
was
have,
fine.
yeah. She got me because of a self-submission. So if you ever see anything, self-submit. You never know if it's going to be huge like Comedy Central, which for me was. So just, it's called Triptych. Yeah.
I don't know if it's out yet.
It's got some huge names in it. I walked in.
A lot of
and-
stand-up comedy people.
Yeah.
And so that's by far for me. And I got directed by Bill Oakley, and he was super hilarious. So I hope you guys like it, and I hope I don't get any backlash from the Asian community for doing this part. I'm really afraid, actually. All right.
I don't know, least favorites. I don't have, you can't have a least favorite. It's true.
Well, we can, but we're not going to tell you because we want to keep working.
Right,
This stuff goes right to the internet.
it's true.
See, there's a camera right here.
It's all being recorded live.
I'm just happy to get to do it, really.
5, 6.
But let's see, Claire Stanfield from Baccano. I really love doing that role. Thanks.
This gentleman with the camera had a question.
I'm wondering if you ever had that one role that you really, really wanted, one character that you wanted to do, never had a chance to do it, and which character would that be, and give us a one-liner, like maybe you're a new Batman or something?
How did you know that? No, yeah, because everyone wants to be Batman or the Joker, and it's funny because those are 2 characters that I feel that I'll never more Batman than the Joker, but I feel like that's not in my wheelhouse at all, my natural like where I come from, and so I don't. There's a part of me that believes that I'll never get cast as that, but every time an audition comes up for Batman, I will always submit. Even if I play it back and I'm like, that is the worst Batman I've ever heard in my life, I will still send it in. Because you never know. They may be looking for squeaky 14-year-old Batman.
Batman was once younger, I'm just saying.
That's true, and he was still angry.
He was an angry 14-year-old.
Right?
With lots of
That would
money.
actually-
Lots and
you know
lots of
what?
money.
That's kind of the show that thank you. That's the show that I want to see. We've seen all these different versions of Batman, but we've never seen a Batman where it's like a few years after his parents are killed.
And he realizes he has to become the Batman.
Right, and he's training and he doesn't know what to do.
You heard it here first.
I'm gonna write that. You guys, shut up, stop. I'm gonna write that one. I think because we're all we love this stuff so much. There's probably a role every day that we audition for that we're like, I want.
Or that you know that you're like, oh my god, I totally booked that. Because you like audition and you're like, oh, I so nailed it. And then you
Nailed
don't
it,
get it.
yeah.
You're like, man, guys.
And it's tough because these auditions will go out to everyone.